Sri Sachidananda Sadguru Sainath Maharaj Ki Jai. Sri Sai SATCHARITRA, an Insight, Episode 170. My humble prostrations at the lotus feet of our Sadguru Sai. By the divine grace of Sai, an attempt has been made to translate the gist of the divine discourse of Sri Ramanathan brother telecasted in Sai TV. This is purely done to share the glory of Sai and his divine teachings with more insight to the aspirants. Om Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnuhu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Parabrahmam Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. In the previous episode, we were heeding to the Leelas connected to Savitribai Tendulkar and how her loving devotion was accepted by Sri Sai Maharaj. Also, we listened to the blessings bestowed by Sri Sai Maharaj upon Raghunath Tendulkar's son, Babu alias Madhavrao Tendulkar. Let us now see how Raghunath Tendulkar enjoyed the grace of Sri Sai Baba. He was greatly devoted to Sri Sai and had a sharp intellect. Hemat Panji has appreciated the attributes of Raghunath Tendulkar in one of the OVs in this chapter. Such great were the qualities of this devotee. Raghunath Tendulkar's dedication and sincerity was the same, be it for his job or worship to God. He was working for a multinational company known as Graham Trading Company. They just opened a branch in Mumbai and he was employed there. He had a good reputation in the company. Owing to old age, his eyesight diminished, his body would shiver and was not able to focus on the work. So he decided to take medical leave and rest at home. His sick leave got exhausted, but his situation didn't improve. Hence, he couldn't get back to his job, so he kept extending his leave. He was an asset to the company, hence the management never objected to grant leave and kept extending it. Now, there is no way to apply for leave, as everything he exhausted, all of it. Raghunath Tendulkar was not physically fit to rejoin his work, so he decided to go for voluntary retirement. But the drawback is he might get a very less amount as pension. As per the income tax law, it's usually half of the last salary received by the employee before his resignation. This is the rule in the government offices as well. Therefore, the Graham Trading Company has also fixed the pension for Raghunath Tendulkar based on the above calculation. Raghunath Tendulkar was in a fix as his monthly salary was Rs 150. Now, after voluntary retirement, he will be entitled to only Rs 75 per month. At the same time, he cannot continue his work owing to poor health, as his performance at work would suffer. All these thoughts crowded up in his mind. Anyways, he applied for voluntary retirement, and 15 days prior to the final decision to be made by the company on this issue, Sri Sai Maharaj appeared in the dream of his wife Savitribai and asked thus, "Mother, Babu's pension money might be Rs 75 per month, but I wish he gets at least Rs 100 as monthly pension. Are you satisfied with this settlement?" Devotees, you will be stunned to listen to the response of Savitribai Tendulkar, which reflects her loving devotion and complete surrender to Sri Sai Baba. She said, "Oh Baba, Why do you have to reveal all this to me? The entire burden of our family is upon you. Hence, I don't understand the necessity to discuss with me about this. To the utter amazement of all, the pension that was granted by the company was rupees 110, an extra 10 rupees than promised by Sri Sai Baba. This is purely by the grace of Sri Sai Maharaj, because even today, despite the concerns of the labor union, the employees are entitled only to a pension that is half the amount of the last salary received. Moreover, this is not even a public company, but a private limited company, and to the surprise of all, they have decided to grant him a pension that is almost close to 3/4 of his last salary drawn. This is beyond anyone's expectations, because in the past years, many companies were not even having pension scheme for their employees, whereas this looks like a special consideration on Raghunath Tendulkar, which is feasible only by the blessings of the great Lord Sri Sai Baba. This special grant by Sri Sai upon this family is because of the complete surrender of Savitri Bai Tendulkar. When Sri Sai appeared in her dream and asked her opinion about the pension settlement, she, rather than suggesting or requesting for more money, shouldered the entire responsibility of taking care of her family upon Sri Sai. Her total surrender to Sri Sai has granted this incredible grant in the form of a high pension. Sri Sai Maharaj can be pleased only by devotion and Sharanagati, that is, total surrender. He is known as Sharanagata Vatsalan, which means if anyone has submitted themselves completely to Sri Sai Baba, then Sri Sai assures them that it is his responsibility to take care of them in all aspects. Baba was aware that rupees 75 was not sufficient for this family to take care of their monthly commitments. Hence, out of mercy, Sri Sai has granted rupees 110 as pension. Thus, the members of the family were showered infinite blessings by Sadguru Sai out of benevolence, and the experiences of Raghunath Tendulkar, Savitri Bai, and Madhavrao alias Babu are striking and has been narrated very skillfully by Hemat Pandji in Sri Sai SATCHARITRA. Let us now listen to the Leelas experienced by Captain Hate as authored by Hemat Pandji. Who is this Captain Hate? His full name is Dr. Vinayak Rao Gopinath Hate. He studied Western medicine and became a medical doctor by profession. But when this Leela was penned down by Hemat Pandji, this doctor was serving in the army as captain. Hence, he is addressed as Captain Hate. Though his full name and few other details were not recorded in Sri Sai Satcharitra, but in the later years, Sai philosophers have made diligent inquiries and gathered few facts based on that authentic information. They have given his name as Dr. Vinayak Rao Gopinath Hate. He was residing in Madhya Pradesh, a place known as Gwalior, and was born in a sect identified as Devagna. Those with great attributes are known as Devagna. They are well versed in astrology, and compared to the usual astrologers, they have a deeper knowledge and understanding on astronomy, physiology, and mathematics, are great scholars in this field. So Dr. Hate was born in this community. There is a reason for highlighting the qualities of the people born in Devagna community. Let me disclose it now, says Ramanathan brother. There was an ancient renowned astrologer and mathematician by named Varahamihira. He wrote a book known as Devagnya Vallabha. In this book, he has given a long list quoting the differences between an astrologer and a scholar from the Devagnya community who has the complete grace of the Lord. He has also mentioned the rules to be adhered by a Devagnya while carrying his day-to-day activities, their modes of worship, the list of books that they should have mastered. This also includes subjects related to astronomy, mathematics, and physiology. He has clearly penned down the attributes of a Devagnya and how one should conduct himself in this materialistic world. He also states that having a darshan of a Devagnya itself is a great merit. So, Dr. Vinayak Rao Gopinath Hate belongs to this community that comprises of great scholars in various fields. By nature, he was greatly devoted to God and was kind-hearted. The grace bestowed by Sri Sai Maharaj upon Dr. Hate is astounding. One early morning, when he was sleeping at his home in Gwalior, Sri Sai Maharaj appeared in his dream and asked, "What, Hate? Have you forgotten me?" Hate replied, "Baba, if a child forgets the mother, how can it be saved?" And in the dream he said, "Baba, please wait, I will be back," and went to his backyard, plucked some fresh walpapadi, that is Indian flat beans, collected them on a bamboo plate, then kept some rice, wheat, pulses, few other grocery items and dakshana that are usually offered, and this offering is termed as chida in Marathi. He kept all of them on the plate, and while offering to Sri Sai Baba, he woke up from his dream. He was amazed at this vision and had a burning desire to offer all these items to Sri Sai Baba. His heart was overflowing with loving devotion towards Sri Sai Baba. He wished to offer all these items personally to Sri Sai Baba, but the distance between Gwalior and Shirdi was almost 939 kilometers. Moreover, he was serving the army and he might receive a call any time to join the duty. So, he cannot make long trips and must be stationed at his hometown during his vacation period. At the same time, he didn't want to postpone this offering, hence decided to write a detailed letter narrating this wonderful experience to his friend residing in Mumbai, and that was none other than Kaka Saheb Dikshit. He also mentioned that he was sending a money order of rupees 12, out of which rupees 2 can be used for purchasing the chida provisions, the walpapadi vegetable, and the remaining rupees 10 can be offered as dakshana to Sri Sai Maharaj on his behalf. Kaka Sahib Dikshit, on receipt of the money order, immediately started to Shirdi and decided to purchase the items in Shirdi and offer them as they will be usually available there. He reached Shirdi, went to the market and purchased all the chida items, but to his utter shock, he could not find any walpapadi there. One of the reasons was it was not the walpapadi season, whereas Dr. Hate has made a special mention to offer Indian flat beans to Sri Sai Baba. Dikshit was confused now. Surprisingly, at that moment, a lady vegetable seller came near Dikshit Vada with a basket full of vegetables. This is not her routine, as none of the vegetable vendors come to sell their produce near Dikshitwada, Dwarakamai or Satewada, because these are the places where devotees that come for Sri Sai Baba Darshan would stay. And they might not usually buy more of vegetables, but there is always a great demand for fruits, sweets, and savories. So the fruit sellers and those who sell sweets and savories would be found in these places. Also, in various Leelas, we have come across that Sri Sai Baba purchased fruits and distributed to the devotees in his darbar. Hence, all the fruit sellers in Shirdi will queue in front of Dwarakamai expecting Sri Sai Baba to purchase from them. But it is strange that a vegetable seller came to Dikshitwada that day with the intention to sell her produce by carrying them in a basket. As per this Leela, Dikshit was in need to Valpapadi vegetable and it was unseasonal, so was not found in the market. At that juncture, Dikshit was curious to find out what the lady was carrying in the basket. Lo, all that he could see was the basket full of freshly plucked Indian flat beans. Dikshit immediately recalled the dream of Dr. Hate and perceived that it was Sri Sai Maharaj's divine sport to fulfill the desire of his friend. So he purchased the entire basket of Valpapadi veggies and took a big bamboo plate, spread the vegetables, the chida items and brought it to Dwarakamai, submitted to Sri Sai Maharaj with a note that these are the offerings on behalf of Dr. Hate, and placed Dakshina rupees 10 along with them. Baba accepted the offering and gave the responsibility of cooking these vegetables to Nana Sahib Nimonkar. He is none other than Shyama's uncle's son. Jaya Nimonkar, wife of Nana Sahib, was asked to cook the Valpapadi. She cooked them and brought it to offer the same. And what was the divine sport portrayed by Sri Sai Maharaj to appreciate the offering of Dr. Hate? What divine gift did Sri Sai send to Dr. Hate? All these unfathomable Leelas can be heeded in the coming episode. Bow to Sri Sai, peace be to all. Om Sai Ram.